Sufal al-Fatiha in the name of Allah. As-salam, as-salam, as-salam. Islam, al-Su, ayun.
Somebody. Every Friday is Good Friday. I bet you that's ringing in there, The only time the Christians think it's Good Friday because they get paid and they think there used to be an old slogan, TGIF, thanks goodness it's Friday. You get your check. That was the only goodness by it being Friday because you were getting paid.
Yes. Peace, love, light, and wisdom.
Beautiful.
The only thing the people must know is themselves. Everybody only needs to know themselves. To receive the wisdom of the divine is the purest light. Shall one's self attain. That purest light that all of the great prophets spoke of. A purity. This purity is of light. The highest quality of divinity is the light. So our reminder is the beautiful sun. To remind you of your reflection. The sun is your reflection. The sun is therefore remembrance. The remembrance of the self before it took on the garbs of flesh. But to understand what came before that beautiful sun is to understand the light. The sun is the reflection of one who is greater. In order to know that greater that is in you, you're going to have to turn in. And when you turn in, this is how you get to know the self. We done heard plenty of stories.
My Lord.
There's so many stories at once upon a time. As myself, you could have took them literally. And especially the younger you are. The core of those stories is a value. A value of spiritual wisdom. That is unpurchasable. A value of such long-lasting value. That one who receives and knows this knowledge can never unknow. You ever learned something, but then you find out you can unlearn it. Well, knowledge is something that can't be unlearned. Once you know knowledge, this is the whole path of seeking for knowledge. Because once you know knowledge, we ain't talking just believe.
That's right.
We talking about belief full grown.
Yeah. No.
The fruition of belief is knowledge. Knowledge is knowing knowledge. They took this and hid this. They took knowledge and hid knowledge. And then they gave you knowledge in this beginning form called the first step as a baby. So the baby has to take their first step. Where does that first step come from? It don't come from you, me, or them. It comes from within the child. And that's the light. That's the light getting to now walk, step, and this walking is very significant. The baby is showing the power that is within. And this is the beautiful sign we all came from. It's time to understand now where you come from. When you say and understand for yourself that you come from the great Almighty, the great Almighty is the wise. So if the Creator is the wise, then you must understand your journey. Your spiritual journey should end as one with your Creator, the wise. Understand the Creator is the wisdom, but the Creator also distincts himself from the wisdom into the wise. You can take the dumb off. Been there, done that. Now one become wise. This has been the whole goal. If you are any student of any prophet that was sent by the great God, if you became a disciple of the way, if you was blessed to be a true Muslim, these are the signs from the divine Creator to you personally, that your journey is to be wise. So we had a journey called seeking knowledge. With all thy seeking, seek understanding. Knowledge is the only that gives you the understanding of everything. The wise means to know. Really kick back and think about what it really means to know. When God Allah says, I'm the eternal, meaning ain't no break in my step.
That's right.
What I am is what I is, and what I is what I does. Eternity. And this is the why. You thought it could have been the $1 million, the $1 billion, the $1 trillion. Whatever you imagine as success, most overlook this divine result of what you was born to be. You was born to be why. Mm-hmm. Many stories have been formed to give you a picture. And if you choose not to understand the picture, then the same stories can function as a enslavement and can turn around and be your enslaver. People have made books in the similitude of the Creator. How can the arrogance of a being calling himself the devil says that he can deceive a whole intelligent world? So what do you think the most important thing the devil could do if he want to deceive a whole intelligent world? Some people refer to it as the word. So if the devil wanted to deceive a whole world of intelligence, he would make him a book. If he said to you that he wanted to be like your God, and your God made a book, a holy book, then the devil would have to make a holy book. But his book would just be called holy. But inside of it, you will find unholy. And this has been the devil's trick from his beginning. Not only does he have the characteristics of murder, but how he becomes that is from his beginning stage. And this is how seeds are planted. So the devil made his own book. In the likeness of your Creator. And he hid from you the original book and gave you a version. And it's the devil's version. So these shackles have been on the minds of the believers for over 1,000 years. The devil got you thinking it's over 2,000 years.
Yeah.
Remember, the devil don't tell you the truth. That's not his object or his goal.
Correct.
He's here to challenge you. Because he know what you are supposed to be. Because he want to play opposite of what you're supposed to be. So he going to play what they call, in his title, devil's advocate. So when we're talking about wisdom, this is what the devil devises. He knows the divine creator words is wise knowledge. Wise knowledge, knowing wise knowledge. And the wisest knowledge is the knowledge of your own self. And this is what the devil want to play advocate to. Play the adversary of your wisdom. So you supposed to be wise, as you was foretold in earlier books of prophets. Remember the first occasion, the first challenge that occurred in biblical study in the book of Genesis, left by the prophet Jeremiah. The first challenge was, I wonder, do we remember? What was the first challenge? The first challenge was to be wise. Remember, that's how it all began.
That's right.
Don't forget.
Don't go to that tree.
There's no falsehood without truth. Because falsehood is the manifest of the truth. So the first challenge was to be wise. That story is not our story. That story is called his story. We existed pre-biblical references and Bible productions. But the story inside of it is about. So it's telling you how the devil came to be. The devil was literally made. It says, let us make a man. Like. So not exactly, but like. So this is a story of his. This is history. Right in front of your sight. The prophets bring prophecy. Prophecy becomes history. So if you didn't understand, you will see this play out. That you wouldn't need to read. You will be able to see the evil. You will be able to see who's the maestro behind the evil. Maestro, conducting the evil from east to west wing. Prophecy. You will see evil be born. This is how the devil got his grounds. Since one would not want to know himself, well, the devil will make an alternative. Just like you do now. Plenty alternatives outside of your own self. So we have to understand how all these stories are his story of how his origin came to be and how the wise were separated from the dumb. So if we was to put and understand that the book of Revelation is before Genesis, then you will have a real clear picture instead of you getting at the end and thinking that's a future prophecy. Revelation has occurred. The book of Revelation has already went down. Most people are outdated if you have a Bible. You are behind the 9 ball. If you are reading from the Bible, you are outdated by 1,000 years. On his Bible, that's about his story, he put 1,000 years on it. An extra 1,000 years. He told you one day to the devil is 1,000 years. So when we're talking about understanding where all this comes from, this is why you can't understand it. It's already played out in front of you. He's fulfilling his end of his prophecy. So this is how deceiving the devil is. Not only did he give you his book and tell you it was the creator's book, he also gave you the book out of order. So mean deliberate chaos.
That's right.
So the Bible all out of sync. So to understand, you will have to have knowledge. And so the deceiving devil knew that there's only one thing for man to know, and that was his own self. It was only one thing for woman to know, and that was her own self.
Yeah.
The knowledge of man and the knowledge of woman is what the devil used to deceive the intelligence of the world. So the demon in Revelation this is what kicks off the Bible. The Bible doesn't kick off in Genesis. So if the Bible kicks off in Revelation, now you can understand the birth of evil. Adam and Eve are descendants of the birth of evil. That is not our story. Hence the name Adam. Hence the name Eve. And so we have to understand, if you want to know the truth, then you must hear the truth. If you never hear the truth, you will never know the truth. The truth pre-existed any book. So the clever thing the devil did was to get humans. This is how he was going to deceive the whole world. He was going to get humans to worship demons. The demon done told you everything for you to hate being a human. The demon done put all his evil traps to tell you being human is bad. Being human is hell. Having a human body is a prison. Demon talk. Whispers. So we got to get this very clear. The demon is the adversary to the human. Remember in a prior lesson, the instructions revealed that man tore himself away through cardinal thoughts, words, and deeds. And this is what demons are. Demons are those that have, through demonic cardinal thoughts, words, and deeds, have debased themselves remotely from divinity. So the demon will tell you, you born in sin. That's demon talk. You gonna burn in hell. That's demon talk. You're gonna die and be tortured. That's demon talk. The Bible, if you ain't getting the drift, come on, man. The Bible is the devil's book. The devil's codex. Of how to make you worship demons. This is what slaves are. Worshippers of demons. Slaves becomes devils. You can't reform a devil because a devil is a demon. A demon is a choice. Musa couldn't reform the devil. Jesus couldn't reform the devil. Mu'ida succeeded in doing the Lord's apostleship. Most people stop at Jesus, so that's exactly what the demon wants you to do. This is why he bridges Jesus as a mediator into his way. The demon uses our brother man and turns him into a gate, a doorway into worshiping demons. If I was to say it like he would say it to you, do you think he would be crucified for demons? Sins begins with demons. No human ever committed the first sin. The first sin came from the descendants of the unclever Adam and Eve. We don't have to open up the book. You done had the book for over 200 years. You should have heard it or read it by now.
Yep.
Sin begins with the demon. No human ever committed the first sin. The first sin was committed by the demon. The word debased is what a demon is. The worst of beings. A demon and a devil work hand in hand together. The demon used the devil as one hand washed the other, and the devil uses his hands to wash the demon's face. So the demon loved using this book. This book has the science, if you ever want to know, of war, evil. You ain't reading nothing. You reading a Lao Sun Tzu, The Art of War. Ain't nothing compared to the war that's in the Bible. How is there a war in a book that's supposed to be of making peace? Jesus left off saying, blessed are the peacemakers.
That's right.
We make peace.
That's right.
Not war.
War.
Where did war come from?
Uh-oh.
Not humans.
Satan.
Humans today still don't commit war. They have humanity. They are in love. They are humane. They don't think demonic. They don't say burn in hell. They don't do evil wrongdoing. That's to a class of its own. That is non-human. Demons have decided that they are non-human. Human has been confused in today's times as something gremlin-like. When you were young, they used to try to scare me with cartoons called the Gargoyles. Trying to inject these images in your freshly soul. When you see these non-human things, this is why God is literally lettered out to have human characteristics. But ask the demon, if God human? No. But in his book, God is walking, talking, giving orders, commands, can incarnate, can talk from the spirit, can incarnate in the flesh. But he ain't human. Yeah. The greatest deception ever told. So when more proper, Jesus, when he told the truth of who the devil was. This is why he was stoned. He wasn't stoned because he made himself God. That's the demon talk. They stoned them to show you they were demons. Those was demons. Ain't no human finna do that to no another human. So since he claimed to be human, this is what it's about. See, then you get into the updated version of Elohim when you get into the Quran. This is why the Quran is the Bible. But just like the Bible was made by a demon, the Quran was also made by a demon. To fulfill these books is to become a demon. Now people say demonic things like God is dominant, as God has dominion, giving you the pursuance of domination, that God just dominates, just dunking on you. Showing you that monster face. You know, after them monster dunks, they don't have an angel face. They don't. It look monster. They show you another type face. Because we talking about something deep here. You can't hide truth. Truth is. This is why our brother Jesus said, once we know, you will be free. Don't matter what the demons did. See, demons die. Souls multiply. The demons can't do nothing but make things greater. Look what the demons did. When our brother Jesus called the Jews out, that in your book, you ain't letting other people read this, but I have read it. So in those times, people didn't know what was in these books when they dealing with priestly, or when he's talking about a Pharisee and a Sadducee. These was the devils of the time, of his times, that was becoming demons that are of today, of why you have this grandeur over the Bible, not knowing its nature or the name of what it worships. So as you see in these languages, it don't go back to no divine creator. It goes back to a Elohim. What the hell is a Elohim? El and hell. Elohim. they don't even want to keep it 100 with you. You got to go back into the translation. And then once you find the translation, you find out that's a plural form. Not the one deity, but God plural S. So it's not just a demon. Now it's a legion. Remember our brother Jesus asked the demonic demon, what is your name? Legion. See, and you put the E in front of that, you got the EL, legion. The legion of El, Elohim. The book it shows you from translation, it is not from the one deity. You just didn't know the one deity name. Now the demon got you thinking, once you take it out of the English, reverse it back to, if it's New Testament, Greek demon language. Reverse it, if it's in the Old Testament, to he brewed up some demon language. Now you go in there and thinking you finding the creator's name, saying El. Reversing it, they saying Yah in a way. They done changed the W to a V. Yahweh, all type of morphology, morpheming letters, and killing people.
That's right.
And they themselves don't even know the meaning of these things. How can somebody write this out if they didn't watch this and was the maker of this? Someone made evil. Remember, in the Quran, man is made from a clot. Then you have the smokeless fire. The clot represent human. The smokeless fire represent demon or al-jinn, the jinn, al-jinn. And when it came to the humans and the creator creating the humans, the angels bowed down. Boy, this is more marvelous than us. All the angels bowed down. That's how they became angels. They have nothing to do with a legion. They don't have a separated name. Ain't no Michael, ain't no Gabriel. Those are demons inserted by devils.
That's right.
So this is how, when you get into these books, let me give you my personal experience. Just so y'all know, did y'all know? I didn't know a devil existed. I didn't even know a God existed. I only knew Allah. Since my birth, in my conscience, all I hear is Allah. So I ain't never hear or heard God. Until the day came for me to meet God. Now listen to this right quick, a quick little story. How did I meet God? Was it the true God or was it the false God? I had a double experience. True experience and then a book saying something. So we're going to talk about the book saying something. So meeting God through a book, that the only place you can meet God in a book is called a Bible. Winkedy. If you want to get to know God, the first thought was the Bible. Not Allah. We're talking about God. As people have said this so much. God, God this, God that. In God's name. When you find out where did they get this from, you find out they get it out the Bible. God ain't nowhere else. God ain't in the sky. God ain't walking the earth. God is in the Bible. Only in the Bible. Think about this now. The God is only in the Bible. So, as you take this as the thought came, God is thought. But listen carefully. This is how deception works. Thought comes to you personally. But a book, you got to go to. The thought came to me personally without leaving or going. Not moving to or fro or up and down. The thought came. Now, to get to God, the false God, I would have to go outside of this thought and to go pick up a thing. And this thing would be a book. And this book is known as the Bible. So when you open up the Bible, you hit it right on the money. In the beginning, God. Where else do you find God? There you go, right there. This is how I'm saying to myself. In the beginning, God. This is where they're getting the word God from, the Bible. It don't exist nowhere else. Now, when you read about God in the Bible, only in the Bible, and then any book that verifies the Bible. When you read the Bible and you get introduced to God, because remember, I didn't know God. So when I got introduced to God, I also, by reading, was introduced to Satan. Check this out. catch along if you've been reading before from Genesis and moving forward. I didn't know Satan existed. So we need to understand that the demon know how to take your thoughts outside of you and place them in images outside of you, because he know the power of within. So now God is getting introduced, and now God introduces Satan. Did y'all catch that? When you read the Bible, you get introduced to God. You don't get introduced to your own self. What you get introduced to is Satan. This was my experience. How can you meet Satan from the only one that is good? So now check this out, how this come together. So now, if you now believe, because now you ain't gotta go. Now you could just believe. Now, if you believe in God, if you believe in God of the Bible, then you also believe in Satan. Now, if I was to ask this public question, who is the opposite of God? I wonder what the public response would be. So to speed this up, the true God has no opposites. The false God is just that, as the word itself, a false God. So this is how a false God was created from God. When you reverse truth, it automatically comes into falsehood. So now the whole Bible is about Satan. The whole book, except when the prophets come, because Satan mixed the prophets' books inside of his wickedness. So it has some truth in it. So you just want to sling the sucker outside. Or return it to the church. Our brother Jesus didn't build or say make one church. Our brother man Jesus did not say, I come to teach you Christianity. all that was the devils who killed him, who committed the crime of murder. And so this is why Satan seems to have power. Is because Satan was given the characteristics of God by God being his creator. This of the Bible. And God passes it on to Satan in the Bible. If you read this, it's right there in every page. That's why it's always some transition happening in the Bible. The creator is eternal, ain't no break, ain't no mistake. So all that wiping out the earth, that's demonic. That's demon talk. There ain't no creator flooded no earth, ain't no creator wiped out humans. If anything getting wiped out is demons. For God, Allah, created humans, not demons. Demons is a human creation. This is what it means in the divine revelation. God, Allah, never made a heaven and God, Allah, never made a hell. I made you human, and as human, you are creators of your own. This own is your own existence. The prime of being a human is that you'll never be a demon. A human has everlasting life. This is not any rocket scientist that you got to go to Yale, Harvard, any research university, social clubs. No, you don't have to do any. You in the universe of the divine creator. Let me say it like this so we can understand it. Everything before man, as in things that's not man, all the way up to man, with man being the only man. No other life form is man. Man is his own life form, created by God, Allah. So all life forms that you see from the protoplasm you can't see to the mineral that you can see. Even the earth, even the plant, even the animal. All of these life forms have human characteristics. When the Creator is saying 7 eyes, this is the 7 life forms of the 7 planes. In this one universe is 7 planes. This is why you see so much variety. It's all one. That's what Allah means. All one. These are just baby-sized humanistic characteristics. That's why you can meditate. That's what the mountain do. These are all parts of your human anatomy, your human characteristic that we have to understand of how creation was created. This is where the demon can't step into this realm. He can't step into the realm of creation. His realm is the realm of decreation, destruction. He descended away from his own self. So this is why it's commonly attributed for God to be a man. God is not a single man. So the phrase Allah is man is improper. Allah and man are one, as the Holy Prophet enunciated. But man being the single Allah is not so. Instead of Allah is man, what is proper is Allah is all. This is why ALL is in his name. That's not just for calligraphy. All is his. We all are Allah. This is the divine supreme being that makes all beings that you see. No matter what it is. The protoplasm is a being. The mineral is a being. Earth is a being. Heaven is a being. Angels is a being. Spirits is a being. Anything the Creator create is a being. Because he himself is the divine supreme being, not only that can create a human being, but can create an animal to be, a plant to be, a tree to be. Everything in the universe to be. So let's get into the most divine gift of why you know our brother as Jesus. Because when you have this all-knowing knowledge. Jesus is not referring to the flesh and bone. Jesus is referring to the miracle from God. This is why Jesus is known for performing outstanding miracles. But we didn't catch it. We got caught up in the entertainment. Jesus wasn't just dancing around on a stage performing. Jesus was giving you the name to this. Ain't nothing more powerful than a name. Right now, you can get anything you want if you can name it. So when we're talking about on the supremeness of divinity, this is why the demon will tell you the divine ain't got no name. The divine had all the names until guess who? That damn Adam. Goddamn Adam renamed every damn thing. That's why your land ain't no longer called its ancient name, Marab al-Dukam. The damn descendant from Adam, none came. Naming damn things, renaming things. Now you don't know divine from non-divine, human from demon. So the miracle was born. So we finna get into the understanding of why all the great things were said about Jesus. Into all the many names of Jesus. This is what the meaning of what all those many names mean. So this deeper than the land of Mu. So when we're talking about this word Jesus, Jesus come from this word Jesus. Je-iza. You know this in Ethiopia as the Ge'ez language. Now this is before all of this atomizing. The reason why Jesus was named Jesus in the book form is to deliberately describe this power that we finna get into called the miraculous miracle. This is how you become miraculous. Jesus was the infinite principle of the miracle that you able to do at will once you know the truth. See, the truth has a name. The name is what makes it known. Known is knowledge. Knowledge is all knowing. All knowing is of the self, not any other. All knowing don't even belong to the mind. The mind got to comprehend what I'm saying. But the knower already knows because it's not the mind. The mind is part of this miracle. So when you see Mu, Mu means I. In our let's say, before Adam came over here, we were speaking our own holy ungeal. So a part of our holy ungeal is the word mu. When you hear the word mu, this is another way we say I. Later they say one who, but it's I. Mu is how you get this thing popping. Look, this is what they never want to tell you. They want to tell you the mers and all this. This is where the root of all this come from. Land of Mu, land of Amuru, land of Muru, Ta Mu Ray. Now this is beyond sperm. Let me tell you now, this is beyond sperm. You don't know how sperm get here. This is how sperm get here. We know about the miracle. The miracle is I. Your I exists before it jumps and creates in. Your I, again, pre-exists before it chooses to jump in. So when your I chooses something or nothing, it creates an I for the I to be in. So this is why your I is not outside of you. Your I is inside of you. Because your I is in. So this is where we get I in from. You say the English modern term in. This how the demon scrunched everything.
Yeah.
So you don't understand every letter is a word and has a power. But we just did the language.
Yeah.
So the land, the angelic, the celestial, the ethereal, the non-physical, the mind, these things should be raising on the land. You don't have to do nothing but vibrate now. You'll turn winter into summer in winter. If our black Americans will understand, they not black. Black, we going to. You come out of the dark, not the black. So now when we talking about before the sperm, this is how miracles happen. This is what's called the Ji'izah. The Ji'izah. So now the I jumps in the manifest. So now we need to understand this miracle before it even jumps in, the I in to jump in and have a mind. This is how a mind is formed. From the I jumping in, the move jumping in. So now, where does the sperm comes from? This is how we're going to understand this. You got to understand this from understanding where the sperm came from. This is why Jesus got a holy birth. It's not talking about a virgin birth only. It's talking about a whole all. Virgin means immaculate. And they telling you how a virgin is used to describe something called an immaculate. And then you find the next word after immaculate is conception. So we're talking about the mind being able to conceive an idea. This is a miracle. So when you hear about turning water into wine, this is what was going down. The miracle. Now the power of this miracle is that it needs nothing to begin with. The first stage of the miracle is that it needs nothing. If you in need, that's called al-mu-ji-e-za. Jesus. This is a process of turning nothing into something. Water into wine. Wine into water. If you ever heard of the 49 gates of understanding or the 50th gate, this is right the thin line between unmanifest and manifest. The knowing the knowledge of the truth is knowing all. So now we're finna get into number 4. The creation of existence from nothing. This is how you was created. Say, how are you from your father? Say, I am from Al-Fatiha, my father. How did you get here from your father, Al-Fatiha? Say, I created myself from nothing. This is mind-blowing right here. This is what people couldn't understand is lift up a rock and I am there. Split the stone and I am there. All that was dealing with nothing. Lifting up the rock, what you gonna see? Nothing. Split the wood, what you gonna see? Nothing. Peel the onion. Afterwards, what you see? Nothing. Open a seed. What do you find? Nothing. This is base reality. This is called to be wise. The creator is not called the wise because he creates out of things. The creator is wise because he can create out of nothing. This is your power. Majority of people use this power wrongly. They create problems out of nothing. When you could be creating miracles with that same power that you're creating problems with. This is why the demon didn't want you to know about the true Jesus. He'll let you fall all out and over about the book Jesus, because he got him sealed. But the true Jesus, this is what he don't want you to know. So when you hear about the first, the beginning, the magnificent, this is what makes Allah God. Al-Mu'jiza. Now you get it? Jesus is God. Al-Mu'jiza is God. See? The truth. But atomized or down, this become Jesus is God. Which for them, it becomes Zeus. The way you said, pronunciation was key to our ancestors. They didn't say Jesus, Jesus. That come after the devil got his hands on a sacred part of the name. Jesus. See, they'll turn around and make this the pyramid of Giza. This is how they play. This is how the demon plays. Won't never tell you the truth. See, the pyramid is a star. The star is the miracle. That's why you shake like a star. Because it shows you was created out of nothing. So when you hear about in the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth was void and without form. This is your knowledge you had before a demon. That was the knowledge of nothing. That in that space of nothing, you say, let there be an idea or a thought or a light. Today time, that's a problem for you, or a new bill or a food. But if you knew how to deal with it, you can take sickness and heal yourself. Y'all know sickness is just a sonic geometry from the thoughts becoming distorted and the vibration sound. You say, you could say sufa, and then you could say soda. Two pronunciations gonna give you two realities inside your mind. One will heal you every day, and one will kill you slowly every day. But if you don't know the power before the mind, we talking about the mind is nothing. You create your own mind every moment out of nothing. You can make yourself something to do. Tell me I'm wrong. The human is the only person, at least the human is the only being that can do nothing and do something.
That's right. That's right.
The reason why you can do nothing is because you created yourself out of nothing. Hey, what you doing, my G? Nothing. Check this out. Remember I said before the sperm, This is what miracle was. After the miracle, what we call the sperm. Nothing. Nothing. But we don't get it because we ain't being revealed. Nothing. This is what's called the Big Ten. It's how everything becomes something. You ever tried to create while you were asleep? You can't. When you sleep, that's when you are without a mind. This is how powerful a mind is. That if the mind ain't present, it's called sleep. Sleep is to be without mind. See, you ain't even at nothing. You don't exist without a mind. If you don't hear me carefully. You got sleep, then you got mind. Sleep is the absence of mind. Mind is the absence of sleep. Both of them are nothing. One creates substance, thought, thing, deed, word, and in sleep you ain't doing a damn thing. That's called Adam. A damn. A to the D to the A to the M. You're doing nothing from AM to PM. Now, this is how the universe was created. This is why you shouldn't have to struggle, worry, or even work if you knew these powers called knowledge. Now, without knowing this power, you will work yourself to death because you can create it out of nothing, but you will never know you even created it, or somebody else is having you create it for them. Five, the creation of rules. How you gonna have nothing? The Bible told you, like, where there is no law, there is no sin. Law is rules. If it ain't no rules, then anything goes. The universe is separate from the rules. If you're not careful, someone can change your rules, like they have done to America and the minds in America. They have changed your rules in your universe. Now you let them create the rules, and now you poor. Now you don't understand what they understood. They demons. Can you transform a demon? Can the demon transform themselves? Is the question. Now check this out. This is how deep it goes. When you start creating rules, let's start talking about now. You done formed the mind out of nothing. And to say that formation of the mind is called the creation of rules. those rules become what's in your head, ruling you as the head ruler.
That's right.
Whatever thoughts whooping around
In there.
is what is the creation of the rules. And that what's whipping around is giving form to your universe. This is how you know there's a divine creator. You tell me, even the demon couldn't do this. Even though he can deceive well, he can't do this. The demon cannot separate or cause separation of the mind, the dream, and the creation of all the heavens and the world. Let's slow that down. God, the creator, this is why he called the creator. He can separate his mind from himself. How you can go see a thought in your head and go after it in the physical. That's how you become physical for the creator. The separation of his mind, you in his mind, is you as a human thought. When you become a birth as a living being, you are a separation. You have your own existence. Mm-hmm. You have your own mind. Mm-hmm. If you are in existence. Mm-hmm. You have your own dream.
That's right.
If you in existence. That's right. You have your own creation. If you in existence. Mm-hmm. You have your own heaven. Mm-hmm. If you in existence. You have your own unique body, the world. In your own existence. So within your own existence is called the universe. The universe is your body. Inside of the body is heaven. This is why the kingdom was pointed within. Inside of the universe or inside of your body, like the universe, is heaven. You can see the creation of the heavens in the existence by looking above, just as well as your body is a universe. You within the universe can look up in your own heavens. So all that, and we ain't done yet. Not only do you have a physical embodiment of a universe, but you also have an independent creation inside of your body that can go to different worlds without having a physical body. That's called dream. See, demons can't do none of this stuff. This is why their whole point is to deceive. So only if you had a mind, you are so aware of all of what I just said, that you be going to the dream, that you come to the physical, that you see the heavens in the physical, that you see the heavens within your own universe. You have your own world and you in a world. Now we're finna get to how did I do all of this? The creation of all living creatures. All creatures was created the same way. How did you create your body? How did you create your mind? And how is the spirit immortal? The answer is the right knowledge of the right of free will. This is how you did it all. When you was a child and you didn't know how you were doing it, I just let you know, free will. This is why you wasn't studying no money as a child. You were in your will.
Yeah, money ain't on your mind.
You got hands, arms, legs, and feet. That's all you've been waiting for. Let me go. Ready to run. That's the expression of free will. This is how you willed yourself into existence.
You know, I often think about when you said humbling yourself as a little child. And when you do that, you're in this state of free will. You don't want no money. You ain't worried about nothing, but just enjoying life. But as you leave out of that child state and become adult, for some reason, your humbleness kind of drift away. You become involved in whatever you're seeing around you, and now that becomes your way of life. And now, instead of we being humble and our free will, we start using it in a wrongful manner as we get older. We start getting involved in all that demonic stuff, because that's what we become partakers of, all that demonic stuff.
Yeah.
And one more other thing I'd like to say. I used to always wonder when you were talking about Elohim, and then when you think about the word when the telephone rang, I always used to wonder, everybody want to go to heaven, but nobody want to die, and all the dead folks go to hell. But when the phone rang, people pick up the phone and answer. First thing they say is hello. Most everybody answer that phone, they'll say hello. As though like you already in hell, and this way you're answering from. And when I learned that was wrong, I stopped saying that. I stopped saying I don't answer no phone with no hello. As though like oh hell, but I get.
That's what the demon did.
That's what he did.
Remember, he wanted to be like the creator, so he wanted to make his own words.
Yep.
So he atomized all the words. So all these words that most people have is just hell renamed. Because these words are from demons.
Yep.
Like school, that's hell renamed.
Mm-hmm.
Bible, that's hell renamed.
bet.
Church, that's hell renamed. Atomized. Police.
That's right.
What you think they policing?
Yeah.
The peace.
That's right.
They don't want you in peace.
They showing up down.
They want to keep the peace cold. Because it's this power that you were just saying right here with how people are speaking.
Yeah.
Number 8, the granting of the gift of language.
Yeah.
So now you are gifting yourself to the base.
Yeah.
Demonic.
That's right.
We was given the language of God.
That's right.
As a child. Whoever around you, if they're not of the God, then you start getting another language. And so things like you just said, hello.
Yeah.
Because you're going to school and you learn all these things in school. Which are all renamings of hell.
That's right.
See, people don't know language have knowledge.
It does.
So like you said, when you say hell low, you saying not only a language, but something you know.
That's right.
Knowledge means to know. So they saying they know they in hell. But see, people don't know what hell is. They using human words. Remember we did a lesson how they reversed Allah's name.
Sure did.
And revitalized it.
Yeah.
That's atomized. A-D-A-M. Mizing. This is where they get the word atom. What exists inside of atom is nothing. So what's more important, nothing or the atom? The atom disappears. And when enough atoms come back, it appears. See, when you have enough thoughts about something, it appears.
It appears.
All this got to do with self-creation. They don't rename this stuff physics, metaphysics, occult.
Yes, sir.
All to keep you away from this simple knowledge.
That's right.
Of the right of free will. So we're going to end it with the source. The source is so, the Holy Prophet said, the thoughts of Allah cannot be circumscribed. The finite mind cannot comprehend things infinite. The mind is trying to comprehend knowledge. The mind don't know knowledge. The mind nature is not to know. The mind nature is to be. Self nature is to know. Self and mind are distinct. Like will and spirit. The creator is infinite. Allah is infinite. How Allah expresses his infinite is not through no numbers 8 or infinity sign. Allah doesn't express himself from infinity as we've been shown with the infinity loop sign. Infinite to the creator is 101. That's what infinite looks like for the creator, 101. But the infinite is too vast for the mind to comprehend. Meaning the self is too vast for your own mind to comprehend your own self.
That's correct.
Your mind cannot figure out your own self. Only you yourself knows. The mind is part of the self, like a shadow is part of the flesh. And like a shadow is nothing, the mind is nothing. But not nothing as in not existing,
right?
But nothing as in not physical. It doesn't have an image. It's imageless, and this makes all the images. Mind imagine.
That's beautiful, yeah.
So for the infinite to comprehend itself, which is 101, the way it comprehends itself is reducing it so the mind can comprehend. So 101 reduced itself to 10. So the mind can start getting it in. Rent to 10, 10.
Yes, indeed.
If you heard that saying before, this is why it comes out 10 is so the mind can comprehend. So this is why 5 on the left, 5 on the right make 10.
That's right.
You should be looking at your body to comprehend the mind. To create your mind, the mind was created out of 10. Many people don't, I know even scientists don't know this because they ain't revealed.
They don't know. Ragtag scientists.
The mind is built out of infinity.
That's right.
It's the reduction of infinity so the mind can comprehend. So the self is 101 and the mind is 10 plus 1. I wish I knew this very young. I'll tell you this right now. I'm going to tell you a money secret right now because I wish I knew it when I was young. Just by knowing all of this stuff, that if you really want to become wealthy in finances, this is your form. This is the formula right here. $10 plus 1. This is the formula for your mind to be wealthy all the time. Physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. When it comes to finances, all you need to know is this one thing. That's why I call it 10 plus 1. That when it comes to finances, if you can get that one thing 10 times, buy. If you can't buy what you can buy 10 times over, you don't need it. This is how you get the large number thing in a simplified form. The mind is made off of 10. In the physical, this is why your mind is like your belly. It can get more than it can chew. So you need to understand how to govern a infinite regulation.
Yeah.
Because your mind gonna always be,
yeah,
it come from the self, and the self is greater than the mind. So when you reduce it to 10 plus 1, this helps you in many, many factors. Another factor, if you want to, that's buying. If you want to increase your money, increase it 10 by 1. Every 10 you get, give someone $1. Help someone every time you satisfy yourself 10 times, next person satisfy someone else. Watch how this formula create heaven on earth.
For all.
For all.
I already see it.
This is divine mathematics. As we say, Islam is mathematics and mathematics is Islam. Well, this is what Elijah Muhammad was speaking of when he said the big T. The big T. The universe of Islam. That's what we all are in. We don't need no magic. All we need is wisdom. And this was the wisdom that was given, called the knowledge of self. So we close. As-salam, al-Fatiha, al-Sufyan.